Good morning, everyone. This is Luigi Visaggio from Good Morning Greece, and we welcome you to our new edition of the show. This just in, Odysseus has returned to Ithaca from his 20-year voyage, and Nick Percival is there live covering the breaking news. Let's go to him.
So, I'm here at the scene with Telemachus, Odysseus' son, and if you don't mind, I have a couple questions to ask you. Sure. So, first, how do you feel about your father's return after not seeing him for 20 years?
I'm very glad to see my father once again for a very long time. The past 20 years have been very challenging for my mother and I, and the once wonderful kingdom that I knew has been robbed of its charm and its beauty. I feel with my father's return, there will be positive change in the future.
Do you think Odysseus has changed at all since he left Ithaca 20 years ago?
No. The courageous and powerful warrior my father once was when he left Ithaca has shown no change upon his return. The way he battled the suitors shows he still has much of his skill. And I feel in the coming months he will display his true leadership skills as well.
Continue. How did you feel after fighting the suitors with your father?
That's a great question. To be honest, after many years in the Greek army, I truly wasn't scared about fighting the suitors. But fighting alongside my father was truly a special feeling and one I will never forget.
Have you thought at any time in your life where your father had been all this time?
Well, 20 years is definitely a long time, so I must say at certain points I definitely was worried. But being the powerful warrior that he is, I knew he would always battle his way home someday.
Finally, after achieving your victory in conquering the suitors, do you plan on returning to the Greek army or staying in Ithaca to help out your father and family?
I think I'll stay in Ithaca for a little while to assist my father in rebuilding this kingdom to its glory. But I'd certainly like to return to the Greek army and possibly one day be the great warrior that my father is.
Thank you, Telemachus, for the wonderful interview and for your valuable time. It's time for me to move on to your father, Odysseus, now.
I think he'll be very happy to see you.
Thank you. I'm here at the scene with Odysseus, so if you don't mind, I have a couple of questions to ask.
Sure, go right ahead.
So, first, how do you feel after being gone from Ithaca for so long?
I feel great to come back to my kingdom and see my people and my family, but at the same time, I feel horrible to see them in a state of chaos.
So, next, how do you feel after killing off the suitors who have tried to dominate your homeland?
Honestly, I feel no regrets for my actions. They tried to kill my son, they tried to take my wife and my kingdom. There's no excuses for what they have done, and I gave them a taste of their own medicine.
John, what do you plan to do in terms of making your kingdom a better place for your civilians and family after return?
I plan on doing a lot of things. First, I plan on creating jobs so we can rebuild our structures in our kingdom. And plus, in general, I feel like I should modernize my kingdom to like the new standards. And doing that, my kingdom will once again prosper forever, and no evil will dare to plague it.
How did you feel after seeing Argos in such a poor state after 20 years?
I felt extremely sad that I could not interact with him, but at the same time, seeing Argos like that gave me motivation to reclaim my throne in it.
Do you feel like you need revenge on any of the gods who have kept you from returning home to your family and friends for so long?
That's a good question, Nick. As a matter of fact, no matter how much they've delayed my journey to come back to my family, I feel that it is my duty to honor them and their decisions, and I cannot dwell on my past and take revenge on them, because that is only delaying my progress in repairing my kingdom, and I have no time for problems like that.
So, thanks Odysseus for the wonderful interview. Your inputs were out of this world on the questions I've given you. Nice meeting you.
You too, Nick. Thank you.
So, before we head back to the studio and have Luigi continue this report, I have one more person to interview. So, Antinous, how do you feel about what has happened to you? Guess not.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks, Nick, once again. In addition to our interviews with Odysseus and Telemachus, we have received first-hand security footage of Odysseus' return to Ithaca. Though we have footage limitations, we'd still like you to enjoy what we have provided. Let's take a look.
You receive a challenge. In order to become my husband, you need to string Odysseus' bow and shoot it through 12 axe handles.
Okay, not bad.
what? You're doing it wrong. Give me this.
Let's see.
I think it's broken.
This isn't right. I can show you how to do it.
You know what? If we can't do it, how can you do it? No man in Ithaca can do this, besides Odysseus. I think any man in Ithaca can do this challenge.
Can I have a try?
I'd like to see it try.
This man is cheap. Probably has one at home.
Dog, you thought I shall never return from the land of Troy? You cropped my wife and my land, and now you're Antonel's chuckhead.
Oh!
Antinous! At the conclusion of our show, we at the studio would like to add some final remarks based on today's breaking news. These events that took place have marked a great change for the land of Ithaca. With Odysseus' return comes great leadership that will allow this mighty kingdom of Ithaca to return to its once prior self. We'd always like to know your opinions, so give us your feedback on our Facebook page listed below. On tomorrow's show, the best questions and opinions will be up for review, and we'd always like to know your questions and opinions on later shows as well. This has been Good Morning Greece, and we thank you for watching.